Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So today's one's probably going to be kind of quick. This video is going to drop probably a few hours before the update comes through for the 4th Anni. I'm recording this a bit too early, so we don't have the English patch notes yet. But what I wanted to do is I covered this off last week when the JP stuff dropped. But I've seen a few questions floating around the Reddit sphere and Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and the more and more kind of gameplay we see with Barn, the more we realize he's kind of mid, honestly. Like, he's okay, but he's not as good as kind of the hype was there for him to be, and he's been referenced more towards like a light Liz rather than, you know, an Escanor or a Purgatory Melee or anything like that. So I wanted to touch on very quickly, as the title of this video says, should you summon or not, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to touch on the banner, and then I'm going to explain why I think you should or shouldn't. Spoiler, it's probably pretty obvious, but let's do it anyway. So we covered off the banner, like I said, in the previous patch notes, but this is the Barn. I'm not going to go through everything what he does. We went through it in the last video. It's all over everywhere. If you want to do it, check out that previous video I've got. But basically, in short, the main thing we're here for is this banner, right? So this is the real question of why you guys should summon or not. So if you're a massive Barn fan, of course you're going to summon anyway, right? Like, that makes sense. But the real kind of crux of it is what's floating around in here. Now, I mean, I can't really, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I think you should summon, right? Like, there's no kind of back and forth, and I'll explain why. Because it's really because of, well, these three, and then this, right? So depending on where you are in the game, and depending on how long you've been playing the game, and where you're at, look, if you're a whale and you've got 6/6 on everyone, then you're probably going to summon anyway and just get 6/6 on Bard, right? Like, that's kind of irrelevant. But your box potentially looks something like this, right? I have a 4/6 Purg Melee, which I got lucky on. I have a 1/6 Escanor, 3/6 Festarossa. I have a 3/6 Trader Melee, right? I think my Tarmiel's at 5/6. Like, your alt levels will probably look something along the lines of this. The only thing that I've got that's somewhat decent is I have a 6/6 Liz, right? But your box probably, and like I said, unless you're a whale, or unless you got very, very lucky in all your summons, looks something like this. You maybe have a couple of dupes. Maybe you don't have any Trader Melee. Maybe you don't have any Purgatory Melee. Maybe you started after Escanor, whatever it is, right? The main thing here is that this is by far probably the best banner we've ever had in terms of, like, the units that are in the banner, right? Barn, yes, is mid himself, but Escanor is the best unit in the game, just hands down. The more dupes you have for him, the better it is. Obviously, the stronger he is, the more Final Flames he's got. But just, if you don't have him, this guy's a must-have, right? And the more dupes, again, the better. Trader Melee, again, pretty much a must-have for PvE. He's so strong and does so much damage, and his passive saved me like a million times on dogs, and back when I was struggling with deer, on deer as well. Right, so Trader Melee, a must-have. Festarossa is a great unit. The more dupes you have, the better. If you don't have them already, then Demons are still meta in PvP, right? Liz is meh, and Festival Millet's meh, right? But Purgatory Melee, part of the Demon team, probably one of the second best unit in the game at the moment. Assault Melee, for the feels, for me, right? Lost Vein Melee is, we just never got him on Global, and now with the new LR rating for him, he's going to be so strong in the new Holy Relic. So, must pull, pretty much, right? Jen is good for Hell, Belmoth. Tarmiel, you want more dupes for him if you don't have him already. He's, again, probably the most broken Link in the game. Fine. Summer Merlin, really strong, right? Nanashi, really good with his Relic. And then the rest of these are okay. I mean, the rest of these are pretty mid. Wedding Brunhild's kind of cool. I want Green Mono because I don't have her yet. But, like, this banner is stacked, right? Like, this top 2 lines alone should be more than enough, even minus Barn, for you guys to summon, right? So, again, if you don't have these units, these are a must-have units, right? Escanor, Trader Melee, Purgatory Melee, Festarossa. These are all units you want, and if you do have them already, you want dupes for them, right? So I would highly, highly recommend, maybe it depends on how many gems you've got. I've only got enough for 1 full rotation, so I'll definitely be doing a full rotation. But if you have enough for 2, I'd even recommend 2 or 3, right? Just sinking your gems into this is not going to, unless you get very shafted, which hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys don't. But it's very much worth it just for pretty much these 3 units that are in it, in the banner, right? So, again, if your box looks anything kind of like this, I mean, if you have 666 all the way down, then I mean, you're a whale and you're probably going to summon and get 6/6 on him anyway, but you don't need to summon. But this, like, if you're looking at this 3/6, 3/6, 4/6, 1/6, like, this is all prime example of why you guys should summon and should get stuck into this banner. So nice and short, quick video today. It was literally just should you summon or not. I think you should. Again, I'm not the be all and end all. If you disagree and say no, I'm waiting for the next collab, or I'm waiting for support for Roxy, or whatever it is, you know, don't listen to me. However, I also think that Barn will be getting a support unit at some point in the next, hopefully soon, because he is pretty mid and he does need a support unit to help him out. So I will not be shocked if they do drop a support unit for him. So basically, in short, give yourself a summon, hopefully get lucky, maybe pull a couple of dupes of Escanor or Trader Melee or Purgatory Melee before you get to your rotation on Barn. So that's it, guys. Nice and short and quick. Best of luck in your summons. I will be doing a summoning video in a few hours when it does drop. We're going to go nuts. We've got thousands of gems on an account, and we're going to pull one of the subscribers who wants to get 6/6. So we're going to go crazy on that, do probably as many rotations as we need to. So if you're around, feel free to tune in and come hang out and have some fun. But either way, good luck on your summons, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.